Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be taking a closer look at how the high-risk, high-reward update could work in Grand Theft Auto Online, thanks to some more info and images released from XXII, the creator of the really cool concept we've been looking at recently that looks to be an amazing template of how that vehicle-based business venture DLC is going to work when it eventually is added into Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, we're also going to be looking at some questions that you guys have asked for me, and the majority of this video is going to be about how the update could work, because so far we've just been looking at some of the creations that this guy has had, which has been pretty awesome, and there are some new ones in today's video. But like I said, let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight into it and let's get it started. So this is an image that he put up the other day, and once again, I'll have a link to it in the description so you can check it out for yourself. And I thought this was pretty cool. You know, which way would you go here? And I think this is very interesting because if you go back to the recent DLCs that Rockstar introduced, whether it be Finance and Felony or Bikers, they really only give you one choice. It's, okay, you're going to join this group and you're going to do this objective, which is, for the most part, doing illegal things like buying and selling contraband and drugs and whatnot. That's basically what the Bikers and the Finance and Felony CEO stuff is. I thought it would be cool is if you were given a choice. Now, when a lot of people assume they're given a choice, they automatically think cops and crooks. However, I don't think Rockstar is ever going to just introduce cops and crooks into the game, but instead, I wish they would do something like this, whereas in a DLC that's high risk, high reward, you could work with the cops, or you could choose to be on the side of the outlaws. So you guys are well aware that in the Finance and Felony CEO stuff and in the biker stuff, that Rockstar kind of pseudo rewards players for destroying cargo. Well, to me, I find that kind of obnoxious. I find that kind of annoying. And what it really turns into is just a bunch of players becoming vigilantes and, trying to go after you on your missions. I think it would be cooler that if players wanted to, combat the outlaws or combat the CEOs or the bikers, that they would have to join the cops. And this could lead to some really cool opportunities as far as, opening up new police vehicles, maybe new police style outfits, emergency style clothing and features and whatnot. And if we go ahead and look at one of the previous emergency vehicles that was shown off the other day, you can see this is one of the cars we looked at, the Albany Police Patrol. Maybe this is the car you would start out with if you just joined the police force to try and combat some of the outlaws or whatnot. And then you could eventually make your way up into some better police cars, which I'll show you guys right now. So this is the Truffade Adder Trinity, which is, for whatever reason, a sports car. I've never known Truffade to make anything other than supers, but you can see this looks pretty awesome. It looks more like a sports car version of the Adder, obviously, because it is the Adder. But you can see those police car attachments and upgrades. You've got the bull bar on front with the lights and also the lights on the top of the car too. So that's pretty cool. That's the Truffade Adder Trinity, a pretty cool concept of a police sports car. And then if we move on to another vehicle right here, you can see the Fukuru Vincent Order Patrol, which looks amazing. This obviously looks to be a little bit more of like a tuner version of a police car. So this looks pretty amazing as well. You can see that giant spoiler in the back, as well as the bull bar on the front, those red lights on top, blue in the front. So that looks really awesome. And in my opinion, this is super cool. So how awesome would it be if these vehicles were there to kind of combat the other vehicles that we saw from previous videos that I've done? So if you were to join the side of the cops, you would get vehicles like this, and you would have to obviously try and find and hunt down the players that were trying to sell and export these rare vehicles. Some of the ones that I've shown off in previous videos as well. So I think that would be pretty awesome. And if we jump back to our photo right here, I think it would be cool. Which side would you want to be on here? Would you rather be on the side of the outlaw, whose goal it is to export these high-end vehicles or these exotic cars? Or would you rather want to be on the side of the lawman that would be rewarded for maybe stopping these exports from happening? I think each way could be really cool. I just wish the side of the lawman was more organized, just like the side of the outlaw or the biker or the CEO, where they have to have an office and they have to have a team, and it isn't just vigilantes that are able to run around and stop you. They have to join an organization like the LSPD or the FIB or the IAA. There's plenty of organizations in game for Rockstar to execute something like that in online. And I think that would be really, really cool. So that's just a quick example of how I think that could work really, really well in Grand Theft Auto Online, being able to choose sides. I think that could be super awesome. Let's take a look at some more photos though, and some more images. These are once again just concept images that have been created. I'll leave a link to them in the description. This one right here, you've got one of our characters, or a character, standing in front of one of the vehicles we've seen in the past, and that is the Monroe Arton RS. So that's looking pretty cool. You can see standing right there. If we move over to another image right here, you can see we have the Merit in the background, as well as the Coil Voltic Ranger. Now, we talked about this car in great detail in the last video when I talked about some of the new vehicles, the new concept cars, and this one really jumped out to me because it was like a Voltic that was convertible only, or it had no top, and for whatever reason, it was brought down to the sports category. So I thought that that was kind of odd, but I still really liked what I've seen so far. And there was another kind of image created for the Coil Voltic Ranger. I'll show you guys that right now. This is what it would look like if it was in the Legendary Motorsports site. Now, that price, $200,000, I don't think we're ever going to see a supercar, or really a sports car for that matter, ever get that cheap. I mean, the bikers vehicles we're getting right now, even the low-end ones, are over $200,000. So I don't think we'll ever go back to that point where we're seeing cheap supercars or anything regarding that that's anywhere close to $200,000. But I thought that that image looked really, really awesome right there. If we take a look at this photo right here, we can see the new Class A Merit. This is one of the vehicles we touched on the other day. You can see this looks to be like a four-door sedan or a four-door sports car, and I think this is pretty cool. I want to see more vehicles like this kind of added into the game. You know, we've gotten a lot of supercars recently with Finance and Felony and the Cunning Stunts, so I kind of wish Rockstar would expand their horizon a little bit, although it does seem as if with this update, there are going to be some high-end exotic cars, but I hope there's just a good balance and a mix of some of the other vehicles in there too. And if we look at this image right here, this one's pretty cool. This looks to be an advertisement for the Pfister Neptune 01, one of the supercars or exotic cars I was talking about a little bit earlier. So as you can see, this looks absolutely incredible. You can see how sleek this car looks, especially the red one in the back right there. With the Fukuru on the side, you can see the white walls for whatever reason. I guess this car would have standard built-in white walls, but I still think that looks really awesome. You can kind of see the inside, how that looks right there. The colored steering wheel is something I noticed, which I think looks awesome. You can also see that kind of tow hook on the front. On the blue one, it is red, and on the red one, it is yellow. So that's pretty cool. That would be a pretty cool way how the secondary color could modify bits and pieces of this vehicle. So that is the Pfister Neptune 0. That's obviously one of the vehicles we looked at the other day, and I thought that that was pretty awesome when I saw it, so I obviously wanted to share this with you guys too. And finally, last but not least today, we've got two bits of artwork that were created for this update. You can see this one right here is pretty credible. It looks to be a police chase inside one of the tunnels, and this is kind of what I'm imagining. You can see this police patriot that is chasing down these two supercars right here. Obviously on the left, you've got a pink version of the Elegy RH8S, which is one of those vehicles we looked at the other day, and on the right, that yellow Monroe Arton, which looks really incredible. Again, this is like a perfect example of how I would imagine the outlaws versus lawmen working. So you've got the outlaws trying to escape in the vehicles, and you've got the lawmen trying to catch up with them, maybe demobilize them. It kind of reminds me of Need for Speed a little bit, and kind of those really fun police chases with the supercars. That, in my opinion, sounds amazing, and I've really wanted something like this in Grand Theft Auto Online for a while now. So this artwork looks incredible. Very, very cool stuff right here. And then finally, last but not least, we've got another artwork. This one features just an MTL truck, as well as that new like armored militarized version of the dune buggy. Once again, this kind of goes back to how we would maybe export the supercars, because if you saw in that other artwork, those supercars are really exposed. But if they were to be something on like a tractor trailer or inside of a shipping crate, they would obviously be safer, and that would likely increase your chances of being able to export the cars themselves. But anyways, that's all the information I have for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. Let me know what you think about about this as kind of a template for Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online DLC. I think it's amazing. I'll leave links to everything in the description down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. I've got one more video coming up later today, and then we're going to do a really fun Halloween stream, so stay tuned for that on my channel. But, of course, without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.